To my right over here is the House of Representatives. To the left, the Senate of the United States of America. We have a miracle in Philadelphia, this Constitution for the United States of America. And it gives us the miracle that can answer us in the present crisis. I have prepared remarks for this occasion and will read them to the people of America now. Since the last election in November 2012, many Americans have said, we need a miracle. God gave a miracle in Philadelphia. This Constitution, where a key portion and the 12th Amendment apply to the current crisis. On 10 November 1787, after signing this Constitution for the United States of America, but before even one state had ratified that miracle in Philadelphia, future President Washington wrote to future U.S. Supreme Court Justice Washington, Uncle George Washington to nephew Bushrod Washington, a Virginia Ratification Convention delegate. Quote, "The power under the Constitution will always be in the people. It is entrusted for certain defined purposes and for a certain limited period to representatives of their own choosing. And whenever it is executed contrary to their interest or not agreeable to their wishes, their servants can and undoubtedly will be recalled. We, the people, recall an elected servant by our votes. But when votes are stolen or altered by a hacking device that a University of Chicago affiliated Argonne National Labs vulnerability assessment team said could be made by an 8th grader with $26 worth of easily available parts, then the will of the people is thwarted by election manipulation. On the 6th of January 2005, at the joint session of Congress to count the electoral votes, the Democrat Representative Stephanie Tubbs Jones signed a written objection as recorded in the Congressional Record, page H87, along with Democrat Senator Barbara Boxer. The clerk read the objection. Quote, "We, a member of the House of Representatives and a United States Senator, object to the counting of the electoral votes of the state of Ohio on the ground that they were not, under all of the known circumstances, regularly given. Since 2005, there have been engineering reports at Princeton in 2006, a CIA cybersecurity expert in 2009, a letter to Obama's Attorney General Eric Holder in 2010, and a University of Chicago affiliated Argonne National Laboratory vulnerability assessment team that demonstrated that a $26 hacking device made with easily available parts that could be assembled by an 8th grader. Pew Trust states that 87% of our voting in America is done on electronic voting machines, showing a massive susceptibility to vote manipulation so that the will of the people is denied. For such a time as this, our duty to God and our country and our oath as elected representatives is to uphold this Constitution for the United States of America, so the will of the people will be reflected by their vote for us as their representatives in the People's House, the House of Representatives, on 4 January 2013. This is done by one senator and one House member signing a written objection to the vote fraud that manipulated the vote results in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida, Virginia, Iowa, Colorado, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Those firewall states, as they were defined, had penetrable firewalls, computer firewalls, where adversaries were able to go into the computer system and alter the vote results, as well as electronic voting machines being altered and manipulated by simple $26 devices, as described by the University of Chicago Argonne National Laboratory's Vulnerability Assessment Team. Elections are too important to be allowed to be hacked so that the will of the people is thwarted and denied. I call on brave men and women of the House of Representatives and the Senate to sign a written objection at the commencement of the joint session of Congress on the 4th day of January in the year of our Lord, 2013, 2 days from now. God bless you, God bless America, and may America bless God.